Welcome to the podcast. It's a great time of the week. Yeah, that's right. The joke off returns.
Oh, my goodness. A little bit edgy this week, I would have thought.
And we'll just say this. I mean, you got to stick around and listen, but form guide, Abbey, back.
She's back in town.
Well and truly back.
Oh, my goodness. I never thought we'd say that because she was dreadful for a very long time.
I mean, for goodness sake, her form fluctuates, but like they say, and they've always said this, you're only as good as your last joke.
That's exactly right. In terms of jokes, like in terms of odds, she was like paying $33.
Yeah, you wouldn't put money on her.
Nah, no way.
But that's what makes it even more fun.
Yeah, exactly right.
Jumping into the start of the week with some humour.
Now that's a joke.
That was a joke.
That's a joke. That's a terrible joke.
Do yourself a favour and get involved. Send us a text 0400 919 919. Your best joke.
Yes.
Who would
Newsreader
like to
Abbey
go first?
joins us in the studio and you're so anxious and nervous.
It's good nervous
okay,
energy
breathe,
this morning.
breathe.
I'm nervous today.
In through the nose, out through the mouth.
Like my heart is beating 1,000 times per mile. Anyway. Okay, am I going first?
Do you want to go first? Do you want to set the tone?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
All right, you ready, you losers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's getting us offside, isn't it?
All right.
Do you want us to get around your joke or not?
I do, because I think you'll like it.
Okay.
Okay, what do I have if I have one cricket ball in this hand and one cricket ball in this hand?
Don't know.
A bloody big cricket!
Do you get it?
Nah.
Do you get it?
Do you?
Think about the term ball.
No, that's good.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, my gosh. Yes. Abby. You're so back. Oh, my gosh. You are so back. You're so unbelievably back.
Okay, do you want me to go?
Well, the
I
standard's
don't
been
think you
set.
can. Yeah, you can't now because mine was too
surely.
funny.
Oh, okay. Settle down, mate. You've been horrendous for the better part of the whole year.
The extreme emotions that Abby goes through.
I know.
Like when it's a poor joke, genuine, I'm never doing this again. And you're like, don't talk to Abby for at least 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Hits one good joke and it's like, that's the best joke that's ever been said.
All right, I'm not sure if mine's a little bit sexist, but I'm going to go with it anyway.
Well, okay, it's going to be sexist then.
Okay.
That's how this works.
All right, shush. A husband and a wife are having a dinner at a nice restaurant. The woman drops some tomato sauce on her white top. She says, "Oh no, I look like a pig." And the man nods and says, "Also, you dropped some tomato sauce on your shirt."
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry about the blatant sexism, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sorry. And I'm a feminist, but I found that funny.
I think I'm laughing because of your laugh more than the joke.
No, that was good. I like that.
Okay.
That was good. Did you like that? Did you like that, Abby?
Yep.
Excellent. Should I finish it off?
Yep, go on then.
Bring us
here we
home.
go, here we
Bring
go.
us home, babe.
And bear in mind, I haven't had this approved. So we'll see how it goes.
All right. Our executive producer looks so nervous.
Yeah, and Josh, our boss, is in here as well.
Oh,
and he
no.
is like,
And you're still going to
literally-
do it.
I haven't even said it yet, Josh, and he's already defeated. Like, what's going on here? Okay, here we go. So, what has 148 teeth and holds back a monster?
Has 148 teeth and holds back a monster.
Holds back a genuine monster.
Don't know.
I don't know.
You?
Nah.
No?
I'm just thinking of you. But...
Okay. My zipper.
Oh, Daysey!
Yes, you do.
You like that? You like that?
Do you get it? Do you need me to explain?
You genuinely can't say that.
Is it too late to change? Is it too late to change?
Are you out of probation yet? Because I would be worried if I was you.
I know. I should have gone first. Is that what you're saying?
Your delusion is so outrageous.
What do you mean?
My horse is not going to stick.
Yeah, I know. It was like, is it a monster or is it a little chipolata? My zipper.
The Weekend Sports Wrap with Tom Rehn.
Like a caged lion just released. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Wren.
Okay, can you please ease the depression for everyone this Monday morning after that performance on the weekend from both sides?
It's hard to not be depressed a little bit, isn't it? I mean, both sides had their chances, if not for a bounce of a ball or a couple of little things, but unfortunately, they went the wrong way.
Where do you want to start? Let's start with Port Adelaide,
Okay.
Tommy.
And the siren sounds in a heavyweight stoush, an epic, a classic. The Pies win, and it's a 12th round knockout.
Oh, well said, because it was a classic.
It was a belter, wasn't it? It was a game befitting a grand final, wasn't it, Hayesy? Yeah. Arguably the match of the season so far, and it was two prize fighters just going toe-to-toe, and the Power led by 3 goals at three-quarter time, and you thought, Collingwood's got this amazing record. They've won 11 of 15 when trailing at three-quarter time. Surely Port holds on, but the Pies did it again.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that was a glimpse of what could be the grand final, those two sides?
Definitely, and I hope it is, because the way they played it was so good. But unfortunately, Jody, the result means Brisbane now is right behind Port Adelaide on the ladder. So they're only 1 game behind, but they've got better percentage. Tough draw for Port as well, so it could mean they slip to 3rd, which means they have to play the first week in Brisbane. So it's going to be tricky from here, but if they play like that, they can beat... I mean, they beat 16 other sides on the weekend.
Yeah.
You know, it's just that they ran into Collingwood.
Yeah.
It was that kind of night.
They're good.
Tommy, your thoughts on the Willie Rioli slap on Nathan Murphy?
I didn't think it was deserving of 2 weeks.
No, I didn't think it was
God,
deserving
no.
of a week.
Yeah, it's...
Just a little love tap. He's very quick, Willie.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like, did I just get slapped?
And unfortunately, that's where the game is on, isn't it? You know, it's... the MRO takes a pretty dim view of all that kind of stuff in the AFL. It's all about perception and optics. And unfortunately, as a result, we get those horrible racism, you know, calls coming afterwards on social media.
Disgusting.
But I thought the way Collingwood handled it, Craig McRae, hard not to like Collingwood. You know, I know those fans, they're reprehensible, ban them for life, but the way they were proactive, the way they play, the way they engage with fans and the media, you want to hate Collingwood, but you just can't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I've got a Collingwood supporter.
And the whole thing with that tap, like that Willie Rioli tap, like Hayesy comes in every morning and just gives me one of those, and I relish it. I'm like, that's a love tap.
I was going to say, let's give him 2 weeks.
Dead set. It'd just be a little bit push and shove between me and Jerry, and then you're like, oh, okay. Good. We're back on here. All right, let's talk about the Crows.
And Melbourne are going to win by 4 points. A fantastic game of football. They were challenged.
Wow. We've spoken about it a couple of times, Jodes. It was very, very flirtatious by the Adelaide Crows.
Wasn't it? Bit of a tease.
Oh, massive tease.
But again, like, they look gone for all money, and, you know, 7 goals in the final term. They get back, then Melbourne break away, and you go, oh, well, now they're done. And then they come again, and another minute in that game, they probably win.
Yeah.
But look, there were some really good signs. I thought Luke Nankervis was outstanding in his debut. Taylor Walker again was really solid up forward. But disappointingly, Isaac Rankin, minute and a half, 2 minutes to go, does his hamstring. I think that's, if it's not the season over, it's very close to it.
It looks bad, doesn't it?
Didn't look like a good one. It looked like he knew straight away, and he's got history with it, Hayesy, which is the other problem.
Yeah. It's kind of an old man's kind of injury, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is unusual.
I'm waiting for yours to go any moment.
Mate, mine went in a big way when I was playing. I ripped my hamstring off the bone.
Did you?
Yeah,
Oh,
true
wow.
story. It was like, it dead set for a second. It feels like you get shot.
Yeah, right.
And then because I had such bad tendonitis at the top of the attachment of my ass, it actually was relief. It genuinely felt like relief because my hamstring was always sore, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, I can't be sore anymore because I'm not attached to anything.
I did mine about 9 months ago at indoor soccer, and I was the same. I'd never done one before. It's the old man injury, and when it happened, I looked around and went, "Who hit me? Who hit me?" And then who kicked me?
But also never ever in this studio say the words "I play indoor soccer" ever again.
I know. That was like, I was like, where's he going to go with this? Is he going for a bit of a jog, doing some little athletics on the side? And I was playing indoor soccer. And I think I can speak on behalf of Jody when I say this. Tom Wren, grow up. For goodness sake. Are you ready? 2 things before we let you go.
Oh, dear.
What about the cricket?
Oh,
How good was that? So, can I just
Rain.
sucked in England?
and the irony of English fans complaining about the weather and people like Piers Morgan, you know, who 10 years earlier say bring on the rain to save them, and then now complaining about
your weather.
It's your weather, yeah.
Yeah.
live in a country that doesn't rain all the time.
No. Relocate, England.
Yeah.
For goodness sake, they need to grow up as well.
Don't live in a country with the most miserable weather in the world.
Exactly. Spot on, Jones.
It's on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your fault.
Okay, it's Monday, Rennie. You know the drill.
Yes.
And just, of course you were listening, which is very, very good of you because you're obviously doing 5AA and also listening to us. But, newsreader Abbey just set the bar so high.
Well,
She does that a
Very
lot.
good,
Yeah,
yeah.
The bar is high.
Yeah.
It's world record high.
Oh, yeah. Your
I'll
turn-
pay
your
you
turn
after,
for a little
Rennie.
joke.
But here we go. All right, another joke. Here we go. Why did the baked beans move to Queensland?
What's that?
the baked beans moved to Queensland. Why?
It's a good question.
Because they wanted to move to Cairns.
I get it.
Boom!
Boom!
Don't boom.
As in Cairns, the home of Charlie Dixon. Like an aluminium tin instead. Oh, yes. Bless you, Rennie.
Good on you guys. Thanks for that.
For great deals and cheeky getaways, whatif.com has just the place.
Winter hideaway's great, but bring on spring.
Jump on the What If app to book hotels, apartments, holiday rentals, and more.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Hazy's on Miss Daisy.
Oh, yeah, the grind. Instead of being depressed about it, why don't you say, well, here's an opportunity to start the weekend right. And when I say weekend, I mean the week. Oh, man, I had a big weekend. Oh, everything's a little bit fuzzy. Monday, 24th of July, let's take a trip down memory lane. 1969. I said 69. Jennifer Lopez was born in the Bronx, New York. Today's her 54th birthday. Emphasis on the 69 because can you believe that J-Lo is 54?
Can't believe that.
She passes 30, I reckon.
She looks incredible, doesn't she?
Yeah.
I love that she's from the Bronx, right? But and the absolute irony of her song, I'm Still Jenny from the Block. But she's saying how humble she is, yet she's spending 3 minutes in a song talking about herself.
Yeah.
I find that a bit odd.
It is interesting as well.
Yeah.
And when you said I'm still Jenny from the block, well, does that mean you still reside in the Bronx?
No, I don't,
Or have you moved on to a different location?
I don't think so.
/ locations.
Well, I can tell you after a very quick Google search, they don't reside in the Bronx. They reside in Bel Air in an $87 million home with 17 bathrooms.
Oh, Bel Air right here in South Australia. That's got to be a real estate record.
I think so for Bel Air, 87 mil.
1998 Saving Private Ryan, starring Tom Hanks and directed by Steven Spielberg, opened in US cinemas. And we all got the impression that maybe Private Ryan wasn't up for that particular situation.
Yeah. I can't remember the movie. It was so long ago.
Yeah, it was an institution back in the day, though.
Yeah. Did it end well for Private Ryan or not?
I'm not particularly sure.
I mean,
Fill in the blanks. 0400 919 919. I doubt it.
how did Private Ryan's day end?
Well, I think, didn't he survive? I reckon he did.
I don't know.
Some of his brothers didn't, though.
Oh, okay. Well, that's war, isn't it?
Yeah. And then, of course, because Tom Hanks was in it, and then they finally found him. But Wilson didn't make it. Oh, no, I've mixed up Private Ryan with his Castaway. Happens all the time. 1998, Bindi Sue Irwin, born in Nambour in Queensland, was born. So today's her 25th birthday.
So she was born in Nambour, Queensland, and she was born.
She was born twice. Strange birth.
She popped out and said, ah.
So she goes, well, bit hot here. Went back in, was reborn.
And then said, crikey, that was an adventure.
Crikey. Still hot out here. She's only 25 as well.
I can't believe that.
Don't you feel like she's been around for decades and decades?
Is she married? Didn't she have a kid?
Yeah, she's got like several kids. She's been married for about 20 or 30 years. I'm just kidding. She's only 25. It's unbelievable. 2016, Drake's single One Dance, which was just an absolute banger,
I need a one dance.
spent its 15th week at number 1 on the UK chart. That was in 2016, all the way back then. What a song.
15 weeks. Wowee. What an effort.
Yeah, it's quite effortless too, that song, but it's such an absolute certified banger.
Yeah, it's a good one. We're going to play it or something else?
No, we're going to go into something else. We're going to merge seamlessly into a Kelly Clarkson song. Who saw that coming? Not me. Behind These Hazel Eyes. This was the number 1 song on July 24th in 2005. talk about the Showdown 54, fast approaching Saturday night, completely sold out. We've got your tickets.
I'm so excited for this.
Yeah, and so you should be.
So, okay, you have to put your impartial hat on here.
Yeah.
But who do you think's going to take the chocolates?
Well, Port's going to go in as heavy favourites. And a giant reason for that is Isaac Rankin's injury. Like that makes a huge difference. So now all of a sudden, the Crows go into this without Rochelle, without Rankin.
Yeah.
They're two most explosive, exciting players in the forward line. That makes a massive, massive difference. Darcy Byrne-Jones probably comes back in.
Yep.
So Port are all but going to be stacked without Willie Rioli, but yeah, Port are going to be obvious favourites. But like they always say, it's a showdown. You never know what's going to happen, Joe.
You never know what's going to happen. And also, this is not SEN, so calm down.
Yeah, okay. Now, on the line now is a Crows supporter from... G'day, Bill from Hampton. What are your thoughts on Matthew Nicks? All right, you're listening out for a code word, and the code word is rivals.
Ooh, it's a good one.
Rivals.
It's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah, when you hear that, 13, 24, 10, be the first through. We've got some tickets for you for the Showdown. And while we are talking about epic showdowns, what about the handball blitz?
Oh, my goodness.
Isn't that fast?
It's coming to an epic conclusion, the handball blitz.
Grand final, 13th of August, GWS v Port. That's going to be epic. But before that as well, the semi-final, which is going to be held this Saturday at the Adelaide 36ers Arena.
Amazing.
It's going to be huge.
Yeah, it's going to be massive. Do you know what's on the line? $1,000 cash.
That's big, isn't it?
Can you imagine being a 10-year-old just walking around with 1K?
Could you possibly spend $1,000 on if you're a 10-year-old?
I don't know. Pokemon? I don't know.
Such an insane amount of money. Really good stuff. And a big thanks as well to our mates at McGain Real Estate, massive supporters of local, making difference all over SA. Selling your home, trust McGain. It's Jodie and Hayesy. Looking forward to this, fast approaching as well in just a few minutes.
The biggest breaking story this town has ever seen. This is huge. Just not valuable info. This is so juicy.
Jodies Juice.
Well, Jamie Foxx with a double X said he went to hell and back as he spoke out for the first time since being hospitalised following a mysterious medical complication in April. So the Oscar winner fought back some tears as he divulged on the hellish experience he went through in an emotional video on Instagram. Play the audio, please.
I went through something that I thought I would never, ever go through. And I know a lot of people were waiting, or wanting to hear updates. But to be honest with you, I just didn't want you to see me like that, man. I want you to see me laughing, having a good time, partying, cracking a joke, doing a movie, television show. I didn't want you to see me with tubes running out of me and trying to figure out if I was going to make it through.
A lot going on.
Hectic, isn't it?
But then, wasn't he spotted on a yacht a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
So he just,
That's okay. He's allowed to go on the water.
I suppose you can be sick on a yacht too, can't you?
Yes, you can. It's not ideal, but either way. Anyway, that's that.
Juicy.
Harry Styles' tour has been ranked among the top 10 of all time, according to reports. The former One Direction star has been on an epic 2-year run on his Love on Tour shows, having played an incredible 169 dates in the last 23 months. That's hard working.
That's a solid stint, isn't it?
Yeah. His final show of the world tour concluded on Saturday night in Italy. Can you imagine doing your last show and just being like, that's the end of 169 dates that I've done?
Yeah, and that's a man who even in the most dire of situations can put out the most beautiful strut.
Yes.
But imagine the strut that you'd put out as you was walking off stage for the last time. And I think he's made some good money.
Yeah, I reckon he's doing all right.
Yeah, pretty solid.
What about you, like the last Sunday afternoon that you did at the Lion?
I carried out, that was a problem. I think that was the issue. I tried to strut out, but I couldn't quite get the legs working.
You got carried out every night from what I hear, Hayesy.
Oh, what a horrible cycle it was, because there was management there who were like, oh, you should definitely drink this. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then like clockwork, a few days later, like, upper management want to have a meeting with you. Like, you're getting too loose. I'm like, well, lower management is feeding me alcohol. Some kind of twisted game you guys are playing.
No names, Sam O'Leary.
No names. Thank you very much, Sambo. Yeah.
Dear me.
Yeah.
What a roller coaster you were on.
I know. Came out better the other side, though.
Juice.
Pop superstar Lizzo stopped Friday night's concert at Splendour in the Grass to make one diehard fan's wish come true with a permanent souvenir. So she was at the 3-day festival. Halfway through the set, someone held up a sign and said, Lizzo, can you sign my butt and I'll get it tattooed? And this is what she said.
All right, it's time to sign your ass.
Well, that's a first. Only in Australia.
Oh, how good's Lizzo? I love it. It's time to sign your ass.
Yeah, only in Australia, only at Byron Bay. Let's go.
But you said it was a permanent gift.
Yeah.
And they're never washing their ass again.
What do you mean? It's a tattoo. That's permanent. What do you
She
say?
say she's going to sign their bum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they wanted to get it
And
tattooed.
they get tattooed over the top.
Yes.
Wow.
My
Okay.
God, it's hard work with you sometimes.
I thought, geez, you get a tattoo, you get your signed bum, and then you never wash it again.
Goodness me. No,
Thanks very
mate.
much.
No,
Thanks very much,
it's a tattato.
Ah, very good stuff.
Yep.
That'll do.
Juicy. Juice.
Okay, good stuff. Another nice little version of Jodies Juice.
And that's Jodies Juice.
Margot Robbie, she's pretty flawless, isn't she?
Oh, she's immaculate.
It's probably not get much better than Margot Robbie would have said.
No, as a bloke,
Yeah.
like when you look at her, what do you think and feel?
What do you mean?
Like-
I'm just looking at her for her personality. I think she's got a ripping personality.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, really good actress as well. Outstanding actress. So she's just done, of course, the Barbie press tour along with our boy Ryan Gosling and said some pretty really interesting stuff in regards to what you'd call a parenting situation. Get involved with this, 13 24 10. When did your kids make you look like absolute monsters? Margot Robbie just channeling her inner childhood and a particular time when she was speaking about a babysitter that was in charge of her and she didn't like her, so she took drastic measures.
She told me to go have a bath and I didn't want to, and she was very cranky and I thought, I'm going to show you. And so I got a big kitchen knife and the ketchup and I sprawled out naked on the tiles, covered myself in ketchup and put the kitchen knife, and I waited for like 45 minutes for her to find me, but it was worth the wait.
That's really aggressive behaviour.
Oh my God.
She sent a message though.
So, yeah. So that's overly dramatic.
Yeah.
I'm going to pretend to be dead.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's situations where, kids have really probably told a bit of a white lie just to make mum and dad look really bad. I remember when Henry was in daycare, so he would have been sort of 2.5, 3 years old, and I picked him up and he looked at me. I said, is everything all right, man? He said, you hit me.
Oh, what?
And I've looked at him freaked out in front of everyone. I was like, no, I did not.
What?
I do not, mate. What are you talking about?
Why would he say that?
And then I started panicking because I'm like, are you telling people that?
Yeah.
He's like, yes. I'm like, mate.
Oh my
This is
God.
really, really serious.
Can I just say, you're the softest dad in the world. You are the last person on the planet that would do that.
And I'm not even joking. I've got a big gash out of my neck right now because my kids literally beat me up. Particularly my daughter.
Lottie.
Scratching and
Lottie
biting me,
is so
kicks me.
aggressive.
She's got a lot of sort of pepped up anger there.
For a 3-year-old with little blonde ringlets,
Yeah, I know.
she has got some sass.
How deceiving. 13 24 10. Don't forget as well, anyone who gets on air goes in the draw for our winter weekend escape. When did your kids make you look like absolute monsters? And imagine if you're the babysitter and you're listening to Margot Robbie say,
I know.
like, where did that completely go
Oh,
wrong?
I don't know.
Your
13,
kids-
24, 10. Give us
I
a
mean,
call.
Your kids above board, though, aren't you?
Mine?
I mean, yeah, they'd never paint you out to be a villain.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Categorically not.
All right, 13 24 10. We'll take your calls next. And when did your kids make you look like an absolute piece of you-know-what? Or is it just me? Is that just happening to me?
It's kind of just you.
Why are my kids so
I
conniving?
don't know. Alexander from Prospect. Hi.
Hi, how are you going?
Hi, good. When did your kids make you look a little bit, over the top?
So my kid went into school and was chatting to their teacher and decided to tell the teacher that we are growing weed at home
Yes.
after a weekend of gardening.
That's the one. That's the one. And the teacher's like, what can the teacher think? Like, the teacher has to take it seriously.
Yeah.
So what was the follow-up from that, Alexander?
So I actually got a phone call from the school as follow-up just
Yeah.
to clarify.
Yeah.
And, I had to explain that, no, we were just gardening and we were just pulling weeds out of the garden bed.
Yeah,
It's a fine
right.
line, isn't it?
So, okay, so then was there a bit of a mix-up with words? You're pulling weeds and the kid goes back and says, we're growing weed?
We're growing weed, yeah.
I love that so much.
You've got to keep that information to yourself, kids.
Yeah.
Right?
Goodness. I'm just gardening.
Yeah.
I'm gardening, all right?
Mum and Dad, you've got a little side hustle going on. You've got to be secret of that sort of stuff. Hey, big game coming up on Saturday night, Showdown 54. If you are armed with the code word, and you know what it is, you would have heard it just before, give us a call right now, 13 24 10. Before we do that, though, let's get to Penny and Mount Barker.
Hey, Penny.
Morning, Penny.
Hello, how you going?
Good. What happened?
I have a teenage daughter who likes to pretend that she's pregnant when we're in the stores, and I'm not helping her with her shopping and not supporting her and not letting her live at home.
That's good. So take us through a particular situation. How does it start?
I'll just be randomly shopping and teenage girls with uteruses, she'll pop her stomach out and put her hands on her stomach and, say, oh, Mum, I can't believe you're not going to support me, you and Dad. Random things like that. So they don't need to be little to make you feel a bit mortified as a parent.
Oh, my God.
So how are you supposed to handle yourself in this situation?
Oh, at one point I was like, oh, my God, shut up, Polly. And the look I got from this lady was mortifying.
Oh,
yeah.
God, Mum, I'm 28 weeks. Why aren't you supporting me?
Yeah, it's pretty much like that, absolutely. And she looks quite young, so, it looks pretty legit.
I'm so sorry, Penny, but I love her.
Yes.
She's amazing.
She actually sounds amazing. But one thing that makes us smile is the Aussies retaining the Ashes.
Oh, my goodness.
I just say, and I mean this from my heart.
Yeah.
Cop that, England.
I know.
Oh, you bunch of whinging
Poms.
Oh, my God.
I just have to say, I'm going to call it, the English cricket fans are the worst sports in the world. Like, I literally mean that. They are so bad. So Piers Morgan's come out now and he was carrying on. He said, it'll be the greatest travesty in the history of Ashes cricket if the trampled, battered, beleaguered, Bazball, desperate, white flag flying Aussies now avoid inevitable defeat and retain the urn because of bloody rain.
Yeah.
No, we won the Ashes because we played really well.
Yeah. And Piers Morgan, I mean, there is a thought process that he might be the biggest on the planet.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the internet never forgets as well, because 10 years ago in 2013 when England retained the Ashes via a washout in the third test, he tweeted, boom, hashtag rain, hashtag Ashes. Oh, okay, hypocrite. Like, you're right there. Honestly.
Bless the weather gods as well, just doing the right thing and raining on your home territory.
And then,
can't whinge about that.
What about this? On England's Barmy Army Twitter account as well, they wrote, you can retain the Ashes by default weather conditions. What a sad little life, Australia.
Yeah, some good solid feedback.
Oh, my God.
I like that what we've learnt as well across this little journey is just how aggressive yet almost polite at the same time the MCC members are.
So,
like in particular when the batsmen go back and you get a bit of this.
If you want some, I'll give it you. We'll do it, mate.
I'll give it ya. You want some, I'll give it ya.
What a disgrace the MCC members were when the Australian team come in from batting and they verbally abused them, called them actually the worst word on the planet, and yet the week prior they'd been whinging about the spirit of cricket.
Yeah. It doesn't really make sense, doesn't it? You've had a little interaction with the members.
So I was on the Ashes tour in 98.
Yeah,
and
batting number 3, I reckon.
I was batting number 3. I played really well. 97 not out. I was so unlucky. 3 runs short.
Yeah,
3 runs short of a century.
Well, it's funny you should say that because there was a particular person who had some trouble getting through the 90s.
That's true. And I went to the MCC after the day's play to go and see my then husband, and I was told in no uncertain terms, you aren't allowed in here. And I was like, why? I just want to go and see, like, catch up with him. He's in the rooms, blah, blah, blah. And they said, no, because you're a woman.
Whoa, boy.
That was 1998.
How did that go down?
Oh, really? Oh, you know me.
I can imagine.
I was pretty chilled about the whole thing.
Bottled that all up and wouldn't have said a thing. You said, oh, absolutely, sir. I'll go on about my business.
Yeah, I'll just go and have a Pims over there.
Yeah, I like Jodie's response, which was very firm.
If you want some, I'll give it you. We'll do it, mate.
Back again tomorrow. Can't wait for it.
Yeah, Showdown tickets as well. So this is your stop for the big game on Saturday night, Showdown 54. More tickets to give to throughout the week?
Can I very gratuitously say a big happy birthday to my favourite human being on the planet outside of you, Andrew
It's
Hayes?
not my birthday.
Nah. To my husband, Greg Oddie, happy
good on you,
birthday,
Greg.
my darling. I hope you have a great day and the girls spoil you rotten.
What's that? It's it's his 55th birthday.
It's his 55th birthday.
55 years old, Greg Oddie.
No,
Who would have thought?
he's actually significantly younger than me.
Is that right?
Yeah, I've done well.
It's 29.
That'll do.
Well done, Greg. Go off.
Well done, Gregory.
How our song to song. A little segment returns tomorrow as well.
I'm really excited for that. Also anxious because we get quite competitive.
Yeah, all right. Catch you bright and early tomorrow morning.